I have a story I want to tell. I'm probably going to tell it again at some point, but it's a story about Germany. I just got back, and I was at Gamescom. I'm trying to make this not sound overly dramatic. I'm trying to give it the appropriate amount, the appropriate amount of drama. They thought I had a bomb in the airport. That was the appropriate amount of drama. They thought I had an explosives in the airport. I didn't, obviously, but let's paint the picture. So, when did we come home? Sunday morning, right? I wake up at 7 a.m. Germany time, and finish packing. I had to check out of my room at noon. Okay, great. Kai comes over to my hotel at noon, and we're gonna take a cab together over to the train station because we have a train to catch at like 3. Great. So we get on the train, going to the airport, going to Frankfurt, and we get there, and I think we have something like an hour layover, or an hour to get to our plane, which is a short amount of time, but this was the only train we could get on, so this is what Blizzard scheduled for us, right? And we had some issues checking our bags in, so that took a little bit of time. We had to go through customs. That took a little bit of time. You know, everything's starting to pile up. And then we get to the point where we're going through security with about 15 minutes before our plane starts boarding, right? So, like, the situation is escalated. Let's put it that way. And we get up there, and they're like, do you have any tablets or laptops in your bag? And I was like, yeah, I have a tablet. Hold on. I'll take it out. She was like, do you have any more? And I was like, well, I have a Switch here. Does that count? And that counted, so I had to take that out. And then she starts just adding more stuff to the list, right, that I need to take out of my bag. She's like, do you have any power banks or battery packs? I was like, yes. I had 3 of them. So I had to dig around through my bag to find those 3 to give out, to give, you know, to put in security. Then she takes my phone and puts that in a box. And I feel like she took something else. But at no time did they say electronics. All they said was, do you have, you know, she kept giving me specific items. And I was like, yo, okay, whatever. So in my other bag, I had 2 backpacks. In my other bag, I had my camera stuff. So like my gimbal to steady my DSLR and shit like that. And never said to take electronics out, so I left that in, and it goes through security. They see it in the X-ray thing, and they decide, you know what? Let's take a better look at this, because there's wires going everywhere. It's a cylindrical tube. Looks like it might be a fucking pipe bomb. Like, I get that. Whatever. So they pull it out to have further inspection, while we're behind 2 other people that are also getting their bag looked at. So at this point, we have maybe 10 minutes before boarding starts. Then they get to my bag, and they're taking a look at it. And she was like, you know, we just have to do these routine checks every now and then. I was like, sure, that's fine. Go right ahead. Routine checks, no big deal. Not worried. A little worried about our boarding time, but you know what? We're chilling, team. I usually stay at about the same amount of relaxation no matter what's going on. Then she gets out like this little swab thing. She like goes over the gimbal, checking it for explosives. She goes over my backpack and like the outside of the case for the gimbal. And it tests positive for a substance. And all of a sudden, the happy-go-lucky mood changes like immediately, right? Just immediately. You can tell something's weird. But she didn't tell me what it tested positive for. She was just like, it tested positive for a substance. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, check whatever you need to. You know, we're not doing anything. I don't do drugs. I figured it tested positive for some, like, residue of something, right? And she's looking at everything, and she's like, I'm going to need my colleagues to come over. And I was like, okay. And her colleagues are 2 armed guards with, like, umps, with UMPs just in front of them. Wait, no. There was a part in between. She was like, I'm going to need to see your boarding pass. And I was like, okay. Yeah, no problem. As she's taking, like, she's stepping back to go to this other computer behind her. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. No problem, team. And I get my phone out, get my boarding pass, and I go to walk towards her to give her my boarding pass because I thought she still wanted it. And this other lady that's working at airport security is like, sir, stand still. Sir, our colleagues are going to come over. And I was like, yeah, sure, you know, whatever. I was just trying to give her my boarding pass. And the colleagues are the armed guards with the umps. And they're like, I'm going to need to see your passport, sir. You know, just with their guns in front of them. I'm going to need to see your passport, sir. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I was like, wait a minute. What did this test positive for exactly? And they said it tested positive for explosive residue. And like I said, I'm usually the same amount of chill all the time. All the time. But when they said that, I was like, I'm sorry, what? What did it test positive for? Because obviously I understood the severity of the situation at that point. They never told me why it tested positive for this. It was just that it did. So, they had to go through all of my shit. All of my shit. Keep in mind, we have about 10 minutes to board as this starts. And they take everything out of my bag. What they thought was everything in my bag. And keep in mind, I played a show match at Gamescom, so, like, I had, they just gave me a bunch of, like, just miscellaneous Blizzard stuff, right? For winning. It was, like, a big goodie bag. And, they found a Hearthstone emblem in my bag that they couldn't find in any of the zippers. So now, or any of, you know, the compartments. So now they think I'm hiding stuff inside the fucking fabric in my backpack. So they put it through the scanner one more time and see that it's just a lanyard. But this Hearthstone emblem, they were freaking the fuck out about it. They were like, this is clearly what he uses to set off the goddamn explosive device. We have to find this. And they took everything out, put it through the x-ray one more time, and saw that it was just a lanyard. I don't know what you expected. It's just a fucking Hearthstone lanyard. Like, chill the fuck out. Then they're like, okay, we're chilling. Nothing's wrong. And I was like, whoa, hold on. Hold on, you're gonna put me through all that and then say nothing's wrong? So then I have to put everything back in my backpack, and I see that they fucking ripped the goddamn zipper of my Overwatch bag in their haste to make sure I didn't have an explosive device in there. So that backpack's now garbage. But I had to put everything back in, and then proceed to my gate, which our plane is now boarding. And we go up around the corner, and then this is the place that they decide they're going to check every single fucking one of everybody's passports, and it's a long-ass line that's not moving. And we were in there for maybe 6 minutes, but it felt like an eternity. We finally get through. Kai and I run all the goddamn way across the terminal, and I'm a fat-ass motherfucker. I don't run. We get to our gate and boarding was delayed. So all this urgency that I thought we had, all this like, we have to get there right now and we must. It was no big deal. So basically my airport story is they thought I had a bomb, I didn't, and then we ran to a terminal. But you know, that doesn't sound as fun. You have to paint the picture.